Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Monday Night Football showdown slate we got going on between the New Orleans Saints and the Seattle Seahawks. Okay, this is going to be a very intriguing game we have here. Seattle is going to be home hosting New Orleans in a very ugly, wintry game. Well, not wintry, fall game. There's a lot of wind. There's a lot of rain. So it's going to be very intriguing what's going to go down there. I will break that down for you in just a minute. But before I do that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. This is the Patreon as well. Please sign up for that. We have, obviously, I'll give you posts on the showdown slates, the NFL, Sunday plays, and obviously some basketball as well. You get betting included. All that comes with the package. I'm here to help you build your lineups. If you have any other questions, the plays are here, and also ask questions in that Instagram, and I'll get back to you accordingly. Okay, so let's get into this game we got going on between the Saints and the Seahawks. Now, obviously, the highest priced person is going to be Alvin Kamara. Now, this one, obviously, he's going to be one of the top captain plays. He gets usage in the rushing department and receiving department. The question is, how will he fully perform? Seattle does really well with stopping touchdowns from running backs, but they do allow a lot of rushing yards. So if I go to fantasy points allowed to running backs, and I'm looking for the Seattle Seahawks, and currently they're allowing 115 yards to running backs, okay, 0.7 TD, so just over half a TD a game. So the upside is there for him to get a touchdown. Let's see about receiving. They have that as well. 37 yards receiving, but it depends on what type of matchup that they had. Alvin Kamara is going to be a big factor in that receiving game as well. The Saints are hampered at the wide receiver position. They really pretty much only have Marquez Callaway. They have Little Humphrey. They have barely any secondary options if you're just looking at it and you're going down the line. Marquez Callaway is right there. No Michael Thomas. We're waiting on news about Traquan Smith. He's supposed to be activated. He might play. That's a question. But other than that, you're looking at it's pretty bare. You're looking at Kenny Stills, Chris Hogan, who was a wide receiver for the Saints, just retired. Other than that, Ty Montgomery's been used as a wide receiver as well. So there's big question marks. I thought there was another guy in here, but there isn't. There really isn't. So no Deontay Harris, who we, expected to rely upon. Somebody's going to come out the woodworks. So as you can see, Deontay Harris will not play. So that's going to leave Marquez Callaway, Kenny Stills, a bump in targets against the Seattle secondary, which is that's their weakness. So let's see if we can find any other cheap guys down here, probably below that 1K area. So I see Kenny Stills at 2,400. E. Winston Jr., we'd have to look at snaps for that one. And Chris Hogan, who's retired, and they got K. Baker. So we'll go check that very soon. But first, we got Alvin Kamara, okay? Now, if we like the wide receivers, that means I have to like the quarterback, but remember, you have weather that's going to be a factor. You understand how Jameis Winston does turn over the ball frequently. He's been a little bit better with the Saints as of now, but that's not going to stop them from throwing the ball. We still like Jameis Winston at the captain or flex position. It really takes a lot for the QB to really go off at the captain. So I'm going to stay to the running backs and wide receivers in that captain spot, and I'll put the QB as a flex. One of the best options for the Seattle Seahawks is going to be DK Metcalf, the lead wide receiver between him and Tyler Lockett. Geno Smith has been giving both of these guys love. 7 targets in the previous game. He had 6 catches and 58 yards against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He has a great matchup against the poor Seattle Seahawks. Not Seattle Seahawks, but not poor as well. He's going to be going up against a top-tier cornerback in the Saints, but he still has prior history where he can perform. He's a freak of nature, and we still like DK Metcalf. So I'm going to choose one or the other, okay? between Metcalf and Lockett. Geno Smith is a question mark. I don't expect him to really go off for me. I can find other options. And the game and the weather environment is not going to bode well for him. As you can see, only 10 fantasy points against the Rams and then 11 fantasy points against Pittsburgh. He's viable, but it's someone I can stay away from. But I'm going to choose one or the other between Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. One of these two is going to get elite coverage, and then the other one's going to go off. So I'm going to have some lineups with one and some lineups with the other, okay? Just to cover bases. Next guy we're going to look at will be Marquez Callaway. Now, with Traquan Smith out, Deontay Harris out, no Michael Thomas, he is now the lead wide receiver out there for the New Orleans Saints and for Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston is not shy, and he will throw that ball downfield. 4 receptions, 8 targets on 85 yards, and 2 TDs. Finally had a breakout game for him. He was a preseason darling, and now Callaway is looking to finish the rest of the season off very strong, while the Saints are hampered at the wide receiver position. He's going to be one of my top-tier plays at the captain and flex. He's going to be in each and every lineup because they are very limited with their options. Next guy to look at will be Alex Collins. He's going to be probably my 3rd to 4th favorite player. If I want to attack the New Orleans Saints, I'm going to do it by rushing the ball. If we're going to fantasy points allowed to running backs, we go to the Saints right here. They are 23rd, okay, allowing 1.5 touchdowns per game to the running back. So that is a positive. That's what I need him to get in the end zone. He should get the bulk of the carries. Rashad Penny should be back as a running back, but Alex Collins will be the lead guy. As you can see, 20 carries against Pittsburgh, 100 yards and a touchdown, and also against the Rams, 15 carries for 47 yards, 3 targets, 2 catches for 25 yards. The usage is there. The question is, will he get in the end zone? He is a full go for Monday, so I'm looking forward to that. Now, let's look for some sneakier options here. Now, with the wide receivers that they have, let's see if we can find someone that's going to get a little more of the team snaps since they have some guys that are going to be out. So Kenny Stills, 46%. Now remember, this is with Deontay Harris. We don't have any. Well, Deontay Harris was out. He only had 2 targets in that week 5 performance. So let's see if we can find anyone else. Ty Montgomery had 25. He will be a sneaky option. Chris Hogan has retired, so we can fade him. And then they don't even play Jordan Humphrey anymore. And then other than that, that's it. That is it. That is a surprise. So we can look at Ty Montgomery. We'll put him in there. Well, yeah, Kenny Stills and Ty Montgomery are going to be the next 2 guys. But someone that you can fill in at that back end will be Ty Montgomery. We'll throw him in there. Now, do I want to play? I really don't want to play defenses. It's really a rare performance for defenses, even though it can happen. So Ty Montgomery will be one of our cheap guys to throw in at our flex position. Being used as a wide receiver right now. He had 3 catches, 42 yards against the Giants. He had 2 rushes as well. So now he's going to get a little bump in targets because they have no other wide receivers. Yet again, I love Marquez Callaway. Then below that will be Montgomery, and then Kenny Stills. Kenny Stills is a surefire wide receiver as well, all right, to come down with some significant short routes. But this is going to be a second wave. Ty Montgomery and then Collins. Obviously, every slate, kickers are viable, okay? Kickers are viable, and they're going to be around, if we just look at it here, we got Jason Myers, and we have B. Johnson right here, who's the other kicker for the New Orleans Saints. Now, with having them in our lineups, this is just going off they can move the ball, but they cannot get an end zone. Yet again, weather is going to be a factor. Hopefully it doesn't affect too much of the kicks, but it could. So this can be a spot where we have Winston, we have weather. Defense is going to be viable. I'm going about, thinking it, running it through my brain. and we can have some defenses as well. If we go to, I want to lean on Seattle because we know how Winston is, and maybe there's some interceptions, a lot of fumbles, a wet ball, so there's more opportunity for turnovers and just weird stuff to happen. Okay, obviously the Saints have a better defense, so you can obviously choose them as well. But I'm looking at, well, hey, you got two turnover prone QBs right here. This could be fun. This is going to be a very weird slate. This is going to be a very weird slate. This is not your generic slate. This is going to be ugly. You got weather as a factor. Both. Now for this one, just thinking about it, I'm taking defenses over kickers now. Let's take out kickers, and we're gonna lean on one of these defenses, one or the other, because someone's gonna come up with a turnover that could go for a touchdown, or a team can come up with multiple turnovers. There's a lot of factors here. You got Geno Smith we're talking about turning over the ball. We got Jameis Winston. This is going to be a very sloppy, ugly game. And those are going to be our flex positions, okay? We're going to stick with the top tier guys. We're going to stick with Kamara, who's safe, Alex Collins. Those are safe guys. Take the both running backs from each side. Those are going to be safe. Either put them in the captain or the flex. Those are going to be safe. Then you're going to trickle down to Marquez Callaway. He's going to be the top tier wide receiver for the Saints. Then you got to figure out between Metcalf and Lockett. Obviously, if you want to choose one of the quarterbacks, because actually just choose Winston, because I do not trust Geno Smith. And then I would focus then on one of the defenses, okay? Because turnovers are probably going to be, there's probably going to be at least 2 turnovers in this game. Hopefully one of them can get in the end zone. And then last but not least, focus in on Ty Montgomery, and then below that will be if you want to fit in the kicker, because I don't see a lot of offense being created in this game environment in Seattle with the 12-man. There's a lot of question marks here, but we're going to lean on the Saints. That's what we're going to do. We're going to lean on the Saints and their defense and their running back, and then we're going to bring in some guys from Seattle, Collins, Metcalf, or Lockett. That's going to be the plan for the Monday Night Football slate. I just played it through my head. I had to think about it because, it's a lot of factors that are coming out in this game. And I think leaning on the defense and the Saints, who are the better option, will be profitable for you guys on Monday. All right? Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any other ideas, because as soon as I started making a video, I was like, hey, let's put this together correctly. All right? Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessageSD. And also sign up for that Patreon for exclusive content. If you want someone that's going to be engaged, obviously a lot of these subscriptions, you sign up, you pay your money, $40-$50, and there's no results. There's no one to help you. That's a lot of problems right there. All right. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back very soon with another video. Peace out, guys.